welcome again at Spotlight. I'm Pastor Dan, and we're doing I think, a pretty cool series on 1 Corinthians 13. It's one of the great chapters in the Bible, iconic chapters. It sets a standard out far beyond most people I know, and but why not? Let's try. So the first time we talked about just the power of 1 Corinthians 13, the standard it sets, and we asked the question, how are you doing on being a 1 Corinthians 13 kind of person? The last time we talked about the always and never, these two words that are all the way through here to say, is it really possible to live a life going by always and never? Love is always. Well, that's the standard, that's the goal, that's what Jesus says he can do in us if we let Jesus come in and go that last 10%. Most of us get to the 90% and we learn to be somewhat kind, but for the 10%, we still lose it here and there. And Jesus said, why not always? Why not never? Let's try. Well, the first phrase in verse 4 of this list is, love is always patient. Isn't it hard to be patient? My son teaches basketball, volleyball, and baseball. Right now he's in volleyball. They're doing pretty good. But I went with him and helped him coach a little bit with the baseball and the basketball. We did not do very well. The practices were terrible. The games were terrible. We lost by a lot every game. Half of these kids had never caught a ball with a glove before. And now you're going to play a game, throw the ball to them, pick it up, throw it again. Try to get the idea. You have to be patient. The pitcher hit the backstop most of the time. The umpire came to the point where he just said anything close is going to be, we can finish this game. There were kids that were just getting out on purpose just to keep the game moving so we could get some outs and play both sides of the game. You got to be patient. We don't want to stay like that forever. And I talked about to be in a car, to be patient with people. I wasn't feeling very good. We were in Dresden, Germany. Rode the train there. And I don't know if I had the virus. I didn't go get tested, but I wasn't feeling too good. Ended up with a little cough. So I wanted to get to a hotel and go to bed. I was wearing my mask every second so I wouldn't give anything to anybody else. We had tried to find a bakery, and I tried to find the number one bakery. Well, we couldn't find that, so we went to some other place. We had a lovely time. We walked around at night and went to all the great buildings in the church, and we listened to an organ concert. We had a great night. But now it's time to get to the hotel, and I was sure I knew which address it was in my GPS, and I very confidently led us 18 minutes out into the suburbs, and I came to that bakery that we had been trying to find. Here we are, 10:30 at night. I'm not feeling very good. We've been going all day. Everyone wants to get to bed. And the group just laughed. I was so sorry, so embarrassed. Because now we got to go 20, 25 minutes back into town and find a place and try to get to bed. And they just laughed and forgave me. Love is always patient. Love is always patient. It's not easy to be patient with your children, to be patient with people who do the same mistake over and over again. It's not easy to be patient in church with certain people that are difficult, that make your board meetings complicated, that don't do the job that they're supposed to be doing, or they call you the last minute and say, I'm not going to make it today. Love is always patient. What do you do when you're up in front and the person with the microphone controls doesn't turn it up on time for the 50,000th time? Love is always patient. We went to Hollywood Bowl last night, Hilda and I. Wonderful concert, 17,000 people there. And it's John Williams and the one who does the Boston Pops and does all the Star Wars songs. And people are waving lightsabers. It's a magical night. Until it comes time to go. And somehow, whoever designed this 100 years ago has 17,000 people going through these very narrow chutes together. And you just crawl. And Sometimes it just stops, and you say, why are we stopped? And you just have to be patient. It doesn't do any good. If you push, you're going to cause a riot, and 17,000 people have to be patient. It's the way it is. Where does it come from? It comes from Jesus. You think about the patience of God to go thousands of years, sending one prophet after another to try to get people to get their act together. Try again. Let's try again. Tells Hosea, go back and get the prostitute, bring her back home, marry her, go bring her back again. Patient. Patient. Forgive 70 times 7. God is nothing but patient. And he says, this is what I call you to be. Love is always patient. I invite you to pray for that today. That God will give you and me the gift of being always patient. We can do it with Jesus. God bless you. Thank you for watching Spotlight. We're so excited about this. We hope that you'll subscribe and so you'll get all of them. And please just forward it on to others and tell other people about it. And let's just see what kind of an audience we can get for these messages of Spotlight. God bless you.